Okay, welcome back to my Let's Play of Octopath Traveler on the Switch. Last time we went through the tale of two merchants, I guess. And so now we're going to be in the same city, but we're going to be doing Cyrus's Chapter 2. And I don't even remember what his Chapter 1 was. He was sent off on a quest. Probably involved a book. A book. So we have to go to the tavern to switch the story. And I don't think it's up here. Oh, it is up here. I had business here, yes. Cyrus. The story so far. Cyrus left the academy behind in search of the lost tome from the far reaches of hell. Its disappearance was a riddle wrapped in a mystery. A riddle that piqued his scholarly curiosity. Even suffering the indignity of losing his post was a small price to pay for the opportunity of solving this fascinating puzzle. And so did Cyrus come to Quarrycrest to call upon an old colleague who just might have the answers he seeks. So this is Quarrycrest. It's hard to believe it's been 10 whole years since Odette left the academy. And her house was... Oh, that's right. She left directions in her letter. Should take another look. You have all the makings of a great scholar, Cyrus. But allow me to offer you a word of warning. For all your intellect, you have always been clumsy in matters of the heart. I know that your research is more important to you than anything, but you would do well to give some thought to how you treat the fairer sex. You are more handsome than you give yourself credit for. If you're not careful, you might find your words and actions misconstrued by those around you. Oh. Should have known better than to read that again. First time I read it, I nearly fell over laughing. Now it seems almost prophetic. To think I'd be banished from the academy because of a trumped-up scandal like that. I can just see Odette laughing at me the moment I mention it.
Now then.
Well, there's no point worrying. I have to face her sooner or later, after all. Try to keep myself presentable, this is true. But is my face truly so easy on the eyes? Oh, woe is me, doomed to never realize the full depth of my good looks and charisma. Gosh, what a relatable character.
Anyhow, here we are.
Yes, I'll be right there.
It's been some time, Odette.
Her face looks like she's wearing clown makeup or something. She looks like the Joker. I don't know if it's just like the lighting or what. She looks like the Joker. Now, even when she turned a little, she's still the Joker. I guess he's got a little Jokerish too. It must be the lighting.
You're still here. I guess I'm not suffering from fatigue-induced hallucinations after all.
It's me, Odette, in the flesh. Good to see you as hale and hearty as ever.
And you're as insufferable as ever, no doubt. What are you waiting for? Come in already.
Don't mind if I do. How did I know that would be your reaction?
We were practically joined at the hip back in the day.
Yeah, okay. A little less jokery now, but still, their lighting engine is kind of weird.
Just watching you go about was fun in and of itself. I always had a hunch you'd end up in trouble with the ladies, but to think it would happen with the princess of all people. Somehow, you've managed to exceed even my wildest expectations.
By expelling me, they hope to protect Her Highness's good name. Needless to say, there's no truth in any of this.
Oh, of course. I'm sure it's all as you say. Her Highness and this Therese are just your pupils. They have no romantic interest in you in the slightest. You're something else, Cyrus. But it's a relief to find your powers of observation are as keen as ever.
Huh?
Well, did you come all this way just to entertain me? If so, congratulations on a job well done.
Save your congratulations for another time. I've come in search of a certain tome. Are you perchance familiar with From the Far Reaches of Hell?
A cheery title if I've ever heard one. I can tell you that it's a compendium of ancient rites and rituals. Not that I've read it myself, of course.
I know that much. I was hoping you could tell me more.
Not much more. It touches upon necromancy, I believe.
Necromancy?
Necromancy. That said, as to what extent, I know little.
Is that so?
I was sure that if anyone could enlighten me, it would be you.
Give me a break.
That's supposed to be flattery. Alright, just give me some time. As soon as I tackle the little pickle I'm dealing with at the moment, I'll do some investigating.
A hole?
A pickle, you say? Consider my interest piqued. Because of a pickle? I always took you for the type who chewed up and spit out your problems before pickles they could become. Again, I find your flattery lacking. Anyhow, since you're here, perhaps I can put you to use. As it happens, a number of people have gone missing of late. Under suspicious circumstances, I presume.
Naturally.
Many quite literally seem to have been spirited away. Oh, spirited away! Oh! One soul went to the neighborhood provisioner to buy some foodstuffs and never returned. Another turned a street corner only to vanish entirely, leaving his friend who was strolling with him in disbelief. All told, 10 men and women have gone missing in such a fashion in the past half year.
Most intriguing.
Don't look so disappointed, you nut job. How about it? Do you have any ideas? It'd be imprudent to jump to conclusions without conducting an investigation.
Great.
Thanks. Knew I could count on you. Look into that tome while you're away.
As you wish.
Fair trade, I'd say. I dare say that having the opportunity to solve this peculiar puzzle is a reward in itself.
I see.
Figures. Well, happy investigating. First, I should ask Odette where precisely the kidnappings have occurred.
Well, well.
Oh, I gotta scrutinize her, I guess. Let's see. Come to think of it, 3 people went missing were all last seen near the inn. It could well be a coincidence. Sure. Sure. System of underground canals runs all throughout this town. I don't think anyone has ventured down there in quite some time, though. Seen it happen both in the dead of night and broad daylight. Someone's walking by the inn, they turn the corner up ahead, and when I followed, they were gone, vanished into thin air.
Now then.
And with that, I do believe I have all the knowledge I need to crack the case. Okay, they happen near the inn. Every victim was in the general vicinity of the inn when they disappeared. Say with absolute certainty that they did not vanish into thin air or some such nonsense. When did the disappearance occur? At all hours. Such it stands to reason that they were kidnapped. That the kidnapper made use of a hidden path or passage to evade the public eye. Route that the kidnapper employed so as not to draw attention. The sewers. Entrance to the sewers would seem to make for an ideal escape route. Yes, to outlet the culprit stole underground to spirit his victims away.
Thusly.
You believe I should have a look down there for myself? Gravel banter. Professor? Hello, Professor. Hello, Tressa. Why are you shouting? I was trying to offer you some sweets, but you weren't answering me. Oh, I do apologize. Once I get to thinking about a thing, I often become lost to the world. There was a time when I was so engrossed in a book, I failed to notice that my neighbor's house was on fire. Wow. Being able to concentrate like that must be super handy as a scholar. But it's probably best to be a little more attentive, especially when on the road like we are. You never know what's waiting around the next corner. Quite true, Tressa, quite true. I shall endeavor to be more vigilant. She praises my focus, but it's nothing compared to hers when she's in the midst of business negotiation. Aha. I didn't want to actually go up here, did I? You know what really kills me about this game? What really does it? Is that every single chapter is functionally identical. Like, every chapter takes place in a single town. You use the character's, signature ability, like, a few times. And then you go through a dungeon, and there's a boss at the end. That's every single chapter. pretty much without fail. And it's just like the location and dialogue is different. That's the really killer part, because it all seems so formulaic. Here we are. Here we are. From the looks of it, these aqueducts predate the founding of the village itself. There's a good chance many of the villagers are unaware of their existence. This calls for a thorough investigation. I must be wary. For all I know, the culprit could be lurking in the shadows as I speak. I'll proceed with caution. After all, it simply wouldn't do if I became our villain's latest victim. Save. Travel banter.
Interesting.
Looks like someone's been coming in and out of these sewers. As we suspected. Muddy footprints on the floor and handprints on the wall. Recent, too. The mud is still wet. I see, that is very useful information. I must say, you have a keen eye to spot such subtle signs. It's just experience. Albeit experience I never thought would be useful to you. Your experience is the result of careful study and gives you valuable skills. You see... but we don't have time for a discussion now, however interesting. Perhaps I'll share my insights later. Don't worry about it. Your lectures give me a headache. Too honest? A little, yes. Okay. Oh, a plum basket. Well, that's useful at least. Healing Grape Punch. Not as useful.
Time to teach you a lesson. An interesting dilemma.
Here you go.
My turn.
Now, what are you gonna do? This is your only multi-target shot. Rather just grace
This
it
world
up.
is full.
There you go. Do something good. That's bad. That's bad.
Oh no!
And now we're in this situation. Doing horrific claws and shit. Good job, Therion.
Oh no!
Really screwed the pooch this time.
Out of my way! What's this now?
Oh no!
What's this now? Witchery.
Oh
That mist is like, which one?
What is the logical course of action? A tempest of ice shall rage!
There we go.
Not bad. A passing grade.
Okay, let's, he's got first aid. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. And then we can do some plums. There we go.
Most intriguing.
I do say, to think there were such elaborate structures under the surface. Oh! He's dead.
What in the...
But what in the heavens is this? Or is what in the heavens is this? I don't know. It's as if the blood was drained from his body. What is this atop these strange patterns? He's a scholar. Shouldn't he be using words like desanguinated or something? Clearly, some baleful sorcery has been practiced here. These gemstones. If my hypothesis is correct,
It couldn't be.
they must be composed of crystallized human blood. Oh shit. Full metal. And yet it is as if myriad hues of red are mixed together. Could it be that each gem contains the blood of multiple victims?
Preposterous!
Gods, what horrors have been wrought here? How many innocents have been victimized by this blood-sucking sorcerer? It's a philosopher's stone, man. Use it. At least now we know the motive behind the kidnappings. Villain we are dealing with is no common criminal. No, I am loath to even call him a human being.
Why?
Sucking
I'll
the
be-
life from the men and women of this poor town only to cast them away. This is a veritable demon who walks among us. One thing is clear, this monster must be stopped before he can commit any more vile deeds. As an academic, I must confess that the history of the dark arts intrigues me. Don't confess that. But to put them into practice, this is truly beyond the pale. What's this? The young lady in this cell. She still lives. I must free her lest she suffer the same fate as the others. You gonna be fighting demons.
And who might you be?
Just a scholar of no particular repute. I was passing through and could not help but notice these odd gemstones. Are they perhaps your work? And these strange glyphs, are they not runes of High Hornburgian?
Are they now?
The tomes of ancient Hornburg were lost long ago. No ordinary scholar would be privy to this knowledge. But how could any self-respecting academic perform such horrors?
Ho ho! Seems you're more of a scholar than you give yourself credit for.
They still live, yes? If you know what's best for you, you'll free them at once.
Well, since you asked so nicely, no, I think not. A shame. If only you hadn't come poking around in my secrets. I wouldn't have minded picking your brain. Now I'll have to settle for sucking your blood!
I cannot!
What, a boss
fail.
fight at the end of the dungeon? That's crazy.
The battle is truly joined.
Who would have thought?
Out of my way!
He's vulnerable to swords? Oh man, who would have thought?
So much to learn.
Axes, but is he vulnerable to dancing?
This world is full of mysteries.
No, he's not. He is not.
What to do?
Alrighty then, let's bring in a couple dancers.
Oh, yeah.
Girls. Oh. Oh. Okay. Of course he is.
Out of my way.
Alright.
This world is full
Give us some BP or something. No, that's a waste of my time.
Here I go.
Alright, they've gotta be weak to this.
Yeah.
Yes.
here.
Now then,
Okay.
I will cut you down!
Yeah, it could have been better. Now, they should be weak to fire. Because this is an RPG, right? That's undead are always weak to fire. Oh, yeah. Played a lot of Final
Out of my
Fantasies,
way.
alright. I know how it works.
This world is full of mysteries.
battle
That
is
actually
truly
kind of
joy.
screwed me, because now I can't steal SP. But that's neither here nor there. Arrow Storm?
My way!
Let's do this.
That kind of sucks.
Illuminate.
What's this now?
A great inferno to scorch the land.
I mean, we're stacking on the damage.
I'll take this.
Onto the boss man. He's not breaking anytime soon, but he's getting hit.
A great inferno to scorch the land.
Have at you! I will cut you down!
Let's do this. Sacred light.
Nice. Nicey nice. Alright, give us some good
This
dance.
world is full of mysteries.
Too slow!
What the... What? That was terrible. It's terrible.
Now then,
Okay, we can't use items. That shouldn't affect too much.
Let's do this. Sacred light.
What's this now?
Well, I could hit him with an axe. Or I could just keep blasting him.
victory shall be mine! Ha!
Out of my way.
Yeah, out of my way. Let's steal.
I appreciate it. Really.
Good.
My turn now.
Collect? No. Damn.
I'll get my money's worth.
I could have done bandit.
Now the victory shall be mine!
Let's do a big cross strike. Alright, now give me some good here.
This world is full of mysteries.
Alright, you're really just losing it, man. You're losing it.
Let's do this.
Shameful.
Sacred light.
Shameful display.
Now, what next?
Alright, you know what? Oh, I still can't use items. He can't use items. Alright. Restore all our BP and I'll forgive you. Okay, you're halfway forgiven.
The
You're
battle is
getting there.
truly joy! Ha!
An interesting dilemma.
No, nobody can use items, of course.
Witness the miracle of healing. My turn now. Sacred light.
steal a bunch.
I appreciate it. Really?
Victory shall be mine.
An interesting dilemma.
There we go. Let's finish this weird old
My
dude
turn
off.
now.
That doesn't sound good. Alright, hit him with the holy light.
Sacred light.
It's really not great, but it's what she's got. Then do a little
This world is
dance.
full of mysteries.
That's good. That's good.
Now then,
This should probably really fucking hurt.
I am laid out of my way.
Yeah. And of course, I don't. That sucks.
True lesson big. Oh, flames, rage strong.
Witchery.
My turn now.
Yeah, not being able to use items kind of sucks. I'll admit. But maybe this'll.
This world is full of mysteries.
Maybe this'll. Maybe this'll. Okay, I mean he's on that roll, which is pretty good. I can't argue with that.
Out of my way.
What is the logical course of action? Now then.
So that lets me do stuff like that, which is pretty good.
Out of my way. I appreciate it. Really?
There we go.
Where's the nearest
Okay, a
town?
little bit of a hiccup there, but not too bad. Got Gideon's dagger. Oh. Still alive after all.
What in the...
What's this? It couldn't be. A copy of From the Far Reaches of Hell! Well, that's unfortunate. It's but an abridged copy, translated into the modern tongue. Aside from basic instructions on performing the rites and the reagents required, all their details have been all but omitted. Why, it doesn't even mention the possible uses of these blood crystals. What's this? A piece of parchment has been inserted between the pages. Calculations on the number of test subjects required to create one blood crystal. I see. And there's a note. First specimen successfully synthesized and delivered. Delivered? Could it be that someone commissioned that frightful stone? Can only speculate, but could whoever is behind this be connected to the stolen tome I seek? Where am I?
Aha!
You're back with us, good miss. I'm feeling. Oh God!
Are you okay?
Drugs that awful man gave you are still affecting you. Pray rest until your strength returns. Who are you?
Excuse me.
An excellent question, my dear, and one I'd be more than happy to answer. Wooing a poor girl just awakened from a coma? Have you no shame?
Come now.
Don't be silly, Odette. I was merely trying to be a gentleman. Clearly.
Now then.
At any rate, Odette, there's a favor I would ask of you. Another one. Note my complete lack of surprise.
The truth is,
I found on our kidnapper's person an abridged translated copy of From the Far Reaches of Hell. I'm sorry, I can't help myself.
What was that?
You're kidding. Needless to say, this could be a tremendous lead.
thusly,
I need to find out where and by whom the volume was translated. Let me have a look. Whoever bound this spared no expense.
indeed.
Thought the same. There are few bookmakers in the realm that could produce such a tome. Fine, I'll help.
You have my gratitude. Aha!
Did you find something? The thin yet sturdy pages are characteristic of paper made from the finest pine wood, while the texture of the vivid red binding reveals it an unmistakably tanned lambskin. It's the great mouse detective! Or Sherlock Holmes, I guess. There's only one place in the realm where both can be found in sufficient quantities.
Which means that...
Stoneguard. I am certain of it. So that's where you will travel.
Yes.
Where else? I must track down this tome, Odette. And I must do so before any more horrors can be unleashed upon our fair realm.
I see.
I wasn't asking, you know. Okay, we actually have to leave town before it'll... Or I guess we have to get close to leaving town.
You're still here.
I am, but not a moment longer. Thank you for everything, Odette. I am in your... debt.
You helped out a little here. What say we call it even? Be safe, Cyrus. I have a hunch you're poking around in something far more sinister than either of us can imagine.
I am well aware of the danger. I will exercise due caution.
Due caution? I'll believe it once you quit diving headfirst into whatever you think smells of mystery.
A man cannot so easily change his God's-given disposition.
You said it was 15 years ago that the tome was stolen.
That I did. What of it?
As you may recall, the then headmaster of the academy died under mysterious circumstances that very same year.
And you believe the two incidents are connected somehow?
No, I just like spouting valedictory trivia. But now that you mention it, the disorder following the incident would offer a convenient opportunity to misappropriate an article from the archives, wouldn't you say?
Your insight is invaluable and appreciated. I will keep this in mind.
I mean it, Cyrus. Be careful out there.
I will. And I'll return as soon as I get to the bottom of this. You have my word.
I'll I'll be waiting with bells on.
Uh-huh. And so Cyrus bid Quarry Crest farewell. In the translated volume he recovered from the villain, pointing him to his next destination, Stoneguard in the Highlands, where the original copy of the tome he sought surely lies. Cyrus forged on in search of the truth. We got travel banter to close us out here. Something troubling you, my friend. You suddenly have a worried look about you. Don't stop and don't look back, but I feel eyes upon us. Someone watching, you mean? It would well behoove us to trust your instincts. The question is who? Let us drag them out of hiding and find out. Compel them to confess their intentions. We could try, but if they escape, we will only have served to alert them. Then only one other avenue is open to us. What would that be? Continue on our way, pretending that we have noticed nothing, and let them make the first move. If that be your advice, so be it. So it's as if you didn't notice them at all. But you must be our lookout. Do not let your guard slip. Knowing one's enemy is the first step to defeating him. I cannot tell if you are courageous or ignorant of the danger. Great. Alright, so that wraps up Cyrus, chapter 2. Our next chapter 2 is going to be Ophelia, I think, probably. Ophelia, and then we've got Alphen, and then Hunnet. I think that's all the chapter 2. Oh no, we got Ulbrich too up there. So we're like halfway through chapter 2s, and then we've got all the chapter 3s, and who knows. Okay. Plenty more to go. Yeah. My name is Mangg. Game you're watching has been Octopath Traveler. And I'll see you fine folks in the next part.